road he walks in life is usually harder than the one you and I traveled. And traveling is his way of life, from one field to another, as his parents follow the seasons in search of a living. This is the story of a successful migrant education program that has helped thousands of kids like this one. Help them not just to float along in the stream of migratory labor, but to set foot on a new and higher road of life if they want it. Virginia's eastern shore separates the Atlantic Ocean from the Chesapeake Bay, the same bay that divides this narrow spit of land from the rest of the Old Dominion. The fertile soil of this peninsula, protected by lush stands of pines and nourished by favorable breezes and abundant rain, makes it one of the most productive farming areas of the region. Truck crops have predominated here. Tomatoes, cucumbers, and potatoes are as much a mainstay of the economy as are the succulent oysters and jimmy crabs harvested out on the bay. It takes strong arms and even stronger backs to earn your keep on nature's payroll. It is seasonal, barely offering enough work for the local force during the cold months when the oystering is done, but requiring many times more than the number of men and women available around here when it's time to bring in the truck crops during the summer. And so our eastern shore is a main stopping point for the thousands of migrant workers who flow along the eastern stream each year, making a living harvesting crops in fields from Florida to New York. Migratory work is a family affair, with father, mother, and children often working side by side under a broiling sun.
They're placing on you. Every cucumber in the bottom of that pot. Who made that for?
Until 1967, daycare centers operated by the Virginia Council of Churches provided the only organized alternative to the fields.
Can't get a word out.
That year, the Virginia Department of Education began its migrant education program. Charles L. Conyers has overall responsibility for the program and was one of the first administrators in 1966.
It's a legal responsibility because it's mandated by law. But more than that, it becomes a responsibility of the state because of our commitment to educate all of its children. Therefore, we feel that when these children come to us, it becomes our job then to provide some choices for them in terms of education and in terms of work if they want, but let them make a decision about what they want to do with their lives.
One of the earliest migrant education administrators in Accomack County was A.K. Fisher. He's seen a lot of changes in the program.
Now the main emphasis of the program is academic. You see, when they set up the data bank in Little Rock, whereby we knew the skill that the child was working on, then we could find out just where a child was in, say, math when he came here from Florida or North Carolina, or anywhere he was most recently. And then we could build on that skill. So now the emphasis is on time on task. And we've increased the amount of time devoted to reading and to mathematics and decreased the amount of time for social studies, field trips, that kind of thing.
The seeds of that hard teaching are sown near the very fields the migrants travel so far to work. The program begins with an intensive recruiting program carried out by dedicated professionals who build trust among parents and crew leaders.
Good evening. How are you, Ms. Love?
Hi.
Glad to see you back this year. When did you get back?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay. I came to enroll the children in school again this year. They have two with me this year.
Yeah.
All right. Start with the oldest girl first.
Elsa.
It takes a special kind of person to cross cultural and language barriers and win the confidence of these itinerant laborers.
And the oldest we text with the doctor to check on.
Crew leader Alex Garcia has been transporting workers from the deep south to Accomack County fields for more than a quarter of a century.
These people started help us in a way what else needed help. And really I'll be happy for that. And especially at the clinic, every time that my people work for me, we get sick, or for some reason finding somebody be sick or any kind of disease or anything, really take care of that.
Missy, we got company. Somebody here to see you.
Assessing and then taking care of migrant children's academic, health, and nutritional needs begins in earnest with the enrollment program.
Yes, welcome to the Eastern Shore. All right. My name is Rosalind Parks, and
Basic information collected in the field by the recruiter
and I would like to recruit
is turned over to the program counselor.
I brought you 3 more in today.
Are these 3 children going to enroll tomorrow?
They will be here tomorrow.
What camp will these children come from?
Now the child has been enrolled in the 8-week Accomack County Migrant Education Program.
From the VA farms in Tasley.
The student doesn't know it, of course, but a small army of dedicated professionals, many with more than a decade in the Accomack Migrant Program, now turn their attentions to assessing and meeting his needs. One of the first elements begins in an office behind the North Accomack Elementary School. This is Virginia's link to the all-important National Migrant Student Record Transfer System. The MSRTS computer in Little Rock, Arkansas, stores the educational and health information of migrant children. Within minutes, information comes back to the terminal, confirming or correcting data locally gathered, indicating the school last attended, how well the child achieved, and giving direction on where and how to resume his education. The same transmission serves as an alert for any emergency medical or nutritional needs the child may have. Within a few days, a full printout of all information stored in the national computer for this particular child arrives by mail at the appropriate school. While the terminal operator is transmitting to Little Rock, Arkansas about the newest enrollees, professionals are busy making assessments in their particular fields.
Where a lot of work.
Bed. Look at these letters and point to the letter that bed begins with.
Pre-testing is conducted using the Virginia Criterion Referenced Tests.
What's this a picture of?
The tests were developed and proved locally and first used in 1975.
Point to the letter that dial begins with. Point to the letter.
They relate to specific content and instruction, provide immediate diagnostic results, are easy to administer, score, and interpret, and reflect both validity and reliability. The tests assess minimum basic reading and mathematics skills. They help teachers document students' cognitive growth and provide indications of learning needs. Based on observations and a reading of information from the migrant student medical transfer forms, health and nutritional needs are being assessed too.
Come on in, Isaac. We're just going to look at the teeth and clean them. We're going to count them, see how many you have. See if you have any tooth decay, okay? Just don't put a little napkin on you. In there. Okay, I'm just going to look at them, okay? Isaac needs work to be done.
Testing is also done at the schools to determine how well the child sees and hears.
Bell in your ear. Put your hand up on the side that you hear it. When the bell stops, take your hand down.
Results of the Virginia Criterion Reference Tests are used to assign the child quickly and get him back into the classroom.
I'm holding a color, and I want you, if you have this color in front of you, I would like for you to stand. Watch the colors. Nicole?
We feel that teachers have reaped the benefit from the program as well as the students. First of all, to the advantage of the program, our teachers are stable. We've lost very few over the years from the beginning of the program to this time. Those that we have are dedicated teachers. They enjoy their work. They realize that it is a challenge. They realize as well that it calls for them to be creative because of the type of children that they're working with.
What is that line called, class? Equator. That is the dividing line.
Toward the end of the 8 weeks in Accomack, the migrant children are tested again using the Virginia Criterion Reference Test. Information on their progress is fed back into the migrant student record system, available for recall by the next school district where the child's parents stop.
Who can tell me how much of the earth is covered with
Assistant Superintendent A.K. Fisher has primary responsibility for the migrant education program in Accomack County. He sees pluses in the program on several fronts.
In that, the funds that have come to Accomack have enabled us to be innovative in our educational program. For example, we never had videotape before the migrant education program. We never were able to use a lot of the modern teaching techniques. Also, we made more use of teacher-made materials, so we use both the sophisticated and the unsophisticated means of teaching the migrant child. And this has carryover benefits in that during the regular session, the same teachers and aides are able to use these ideas that they got from the in-service program in the summer. It's helped the area economically because it's given jobs to teachers and aides who wouldn't ordinarily have jobs, and it's also helped us to get a better grade of migrant labor because they're coming to the areas where there are more health and educational advantages.
The migrant education program continues long after the summer sun sets over the fields and tidal marshes of the Eastern Shore.
How old are you? How old are you?
For those who cannot attend daytime classes, there are educational and vocational sessions at night.
I live in Virginia. Okay, could you tell us the
Homemaking skills are taught, giving this generation of migrant children preparation for life that perhaps their parents didn't get.
some of the functions.
In another night class, young men are learning automotive repair.
You can see that the descriptor is properly...
What these men learn here may enable them to climb out of the migrant labor stream and assume a more stable life than their parents have lived. At least it may give them an alternative, a chance to make a choice.
Here's the battery over here. You have a 12-volt battery.
Still another part of the migrant education program in Accomack County moves out of the classroom and into the migrant camps. A camp counselor takes treats and entertainments to children who left many of their own amusements behind in their home-based states.
Yeah!
On the surface, it looks like little more than fun and games. But this service provided to the camps is a critical element in helping to build faith and trust among the migrants. It is imperative that this confidence is enjoyed because, unlike the 9-month school program, there is no compulsory attendance law requiring these parents to take their children out of the fields and send them to school.
There.
I gotta look out.
And the program is working. Marie Umbles is one of those who has helped make it work and watched the changes.
When these children first came to us, it was easily observed that they were unkempt, badly in need of medical care, in need of good nutrition, and certainly in need of education, because they were lacking here in that their mobility caused there to be a break in their education. Now we can note the improvement. Our children are better dressed. They are not having the health problems that they had when they first encountered us and we them. We've noticed that there is no longer the impetigo that was raging with these children. Head lice, we don't have that anymore. And they are better fed. They're healthier looking. Educationally, we have noted that they are closer to the grade level that they should be, where before age was not indicative of academic achievement. Now they're functioning much closer to the level that they should be. We feel that this is because our program has brought about an improvement.
In the 27 years Alex Garcia has been coming to Accomack County, he has seen the difference the migrant education program can make for the people.
Well, different, and of course, if you learn enough in school, and he used the chance, you know, to learn what you have to learn, I think maybe can get easy jobs, and you don't have to work in the same kind of work us got.
Garcia's granddaughter provides just one of the many success stories the Accomack County program has seen over the years.
The name of Lucy's school.
22-year-old Sylvia Esparza worked the stream here for nearly a quarter of her life. A high school graduate, she now teaches English to other migrants.
Okay, it's been about 5 years since I've been coming here, and the reason that we come over here is to work in the fields, but I decided that just wasn't for me, so I just wanted to go on to school and study. The program's played for me is that it's taught me a lot, to learn a lot about English and math, and to speak English and to read English with understanding. And because I just don't want to spend the rest of my life out in the field, just working and not really learning anything. And the reason I wanted to continue my school and I finished it was because a lot of people that are out there do not even know how to write their own name, or sometimes they just put a little X because they don't know how to spell it, don't even know where they were born or anything. And that's one reason I continued to finish my school, and I finished it was because I wanted to help other people learn exactly what I learned. And I have a 7-month-old baby, and I intend to make him go through school because I don't want him out here suffering.
We're not trying to drive the migrant labor stream, but we're simply trying to provide some alternatives for these children, some alternatives for the future.
That's important. Really important.